Hi, happy Thursday. I was a couple minutes late. I was gonna let that song finish, but it's 12:02, so hi. Happy Thursday. Um, I'm playing Tears of the Kingdom today because Final Fantasy gave me a migraine yesterday. So I don't want a migraine today either. Animal of the day is alpaca. Fun fact, they only have bottom teeth in the front of their mouths. And I'm gonna do my Lego. I'm putting these flat pieces with the one bump on it onto this fat 4x2x2. I don't know Lego terms. I think it's 2x2 on both sides, like this. And I'm putting these slanted red pieces facing each other towards the middle. Maybe. Like this. And that is going on the platform that we made yesterday. On the top above the green piece. The dark green piece, like this. What is this supposed to be? A gift, I think, maybe? I think it's a gift box. I feel like I'm forgetting something. Oh. The Cupid Shuffle is next weekend, so if you would like to submit games for that, I'm going to be picking them next Thursday. So get your submissions in before then, please. And we're going to play Tears of the Kingdom. And I think I'm going to Korok hunt today because, I don't know, I found so many shrines that they're all just, like, buried now. These ears feel weird today, I don't know. I feel like I put them on wrong, but I don't know how that would be possible. I need to make commands for... I have other events coming up next month. Event streams. On... I think it's the 3rd of next month. We're doing a sleepover stream starting at 8 p.m. EST. And I will be playing games from my childhood. But we're going to start with Mario Kart World, so if anyone wants to play, be here on September 3rd at 8 p.m. EST. Nintendo. Why do I have slip resistance? Hi, Corin, how are you? My app is being weird. I'm gonna go down. Are there no hidden... not hidden, traveling Koroks in the sky? I don't know. I'm going down to the ground. The long way, I'm just gonna fly down. Oh wait, I think I have to fight this guy. I'm gonna fight this guy. Hey. That was easy. Okay. I thought that was gonna be a lot harder. I'm just gonna let him float. I need to turn my volume up. I cannot hear. I have 14% of those things? How many are there? I've fought like 5 of them. Where am I? I need to go up here. I don't know what I have marked in red on my map. I don't know what that is. Oh, there's an Addison over here. Hey, you don't have your stuff over here. You want me to build something and carry it to you? Okay, hold on. And those guys better not fight me. Beautiful. I'm on my way. And he better like this. Is this like a double sign? Can I talk to you? He kind of did fall a little bit. Okay. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. I don't think I have a stable on my map for some reason. I have to. There's a shrine next to it. Maybe I shouldn't have went this way. I don't know. I guess I did have it. Let me see Beetle. Beetle, hold on. I want to sell stuff. I know I have diamonds somewhere. Where are they? Oh, I skipped over them.
Wow. Yay.
You know Beetle gives good prices.
Wow.
Does he? I don't know. He might be scamming me.
Wow.
Wait, I think I missed something. No, okay. I'm buying all of your arrows.
Wow! Yay! Yeah, yeah!
I don't need that. Thanks, Beetle. Bye. Dang, he's far away. That's crazy. I'm gonna go this way. Hopefully I can just carry you and not have to build anything. Maybe I should go Addison hunting. Do you get anything for doing all of Addison stuff? Please don't do that. Oh, I should have went that way. This is fine. I'll make a bridge. I'll try to make a bridge. I can make a boat. I don't really want to make a boat though. I feel like that wouldn't turn out very good. Knowing me. Well, you don't have to stand there, Sidon. You could just disappear into my pocket or wherever you go. You have an extra heartbeat? That doesn't sound good. Maybe it is good. I don't know. Are you producing too much blood or something? I hope it's not too serious and that you're healthy. Did you go because of all the nosebleeds you've been having? This isn't long enough. That's beautiful. It's fine for now. Well, that's good. That sounds scary. Oh. Maybe I should see a doctor. I need to see a doctor for other reasons. Well, other than that, how's your day going? Do you like my bridge that I'm building? The last time I got my blood drawn, I almost passed out because I hadn't eaten that day. I don't know if Link can lift this. I feel like it's probably too heavy. Oh. And then you drove home? Please don't float away. Why are you still not long enough? What are you getting? I had leftover Taco Bell for breakfast. Let me just grab this guy. Link. There's an Octorok. Chick-fil-A, do they still have that pimento cheese sandwich? Because you should get that if they do. Please don't. Oh my god, he's in the water. Oh no. He's gonna drown. Go. Go, Link. Go. Oh my god, what's happening? Please. I just want to get this Korok to safety. He did not die. I think he's fine. Where's his friend? It's right there. But the pimento cheese grilled chicken sandwich from Chick-fil-A is really good. I don't even like Chick-fil-A that much, but that was a good sandwich. I was also scared. I thought it would restart, and I would have to go get him again. I hope they can't die. That would be sad. I think I fought these guys before. Thank you for lurking. How do I get here? There's also a shrine over here, but I feel like I've tried to find it before. And it's probably in a mountain somewhere. I'm coming to save you. Hi, Brad. How are you? Let me give you a shout out. I'm so bad at giving shout outs. To the people that like watching Pokemon, please go check out Brad. Because I canceled my Pokemon game. Oh my god, I'm just killing these Koroks. I feel so bad. His friend up there, I think. Thank you for the other shout out that I forgot that I have. Hi Jared, how are you? When do those chips you sent me come out? I don't know where your friend is. I'm not gonna lie. Oh, he's over here. Wait, is that your friend? Hold on. Oh, go away. You can just roll down the hill. They're out? Oh. You're welcome. Oh my god. Go away. Oh, I just hit the Korok. Oh my god, I feel so bad. I'm not trying to pick him up. I'm trying to... Leave me alone. Is that his friend? I don't know. I don't think that is. Where is your friend at? I'm gonna go to Walmart. Walmart's like a whole trip because we don't have one close to us. We don't have Myers. It's horrible. I think we might be getting one. Oh, he is that way. Okay. I think we might be getting one. I don't know. I want an H Mart because I want to buy those ice cream food things. The like fruit shaped ice cream that comes in a little tub. I want that so bad. And the peach one. That's shaped like a peach. Yeah, I don't know. I thought it was Meyer, but Griffin said that it's Wegmans, which I don't know what that is. But I think we might be getting both. And also, Zaxby's said last year that they're planning on putting a location in Pennsylvania, and it better be in Pittsburgh, or I'm canceling them. The closest Zaxby's to me is like 4 hours away. If they put it in Philadelphia, that's a 6-hour drive. Speaking of chicken places. Did you get your toast from Raising Cane's? Is that what you're gonna say? There's one going up by Walmart. What chicken place? I don't know where your friend is. Oh, is that him? I found him. Never mind. I don't know how to get to him, but I found him. Can I take them to like a completely different friend, or does that not work? I'm not sure which one. I want Raising Cane's. A brick building? Is it a chain restaurant? Local places are coming up when I search for that. There's a place called Chicken, I think it's spelled like that we have, and it's really good. They make spicy, like, chicken platters, and it's so good. Sometimes it's a little too spicy, though. There's one right here. Throwback to when we'd eat Popeyes all the time. We got Popeyes. This was probably last year. The last time we had Popeyes was probably last year, because one of our like fries tasted weird, and I don't want to eat there anymore. It tasted really weird. Maybe on DoorDash. We mostly DoorDash our food. Unless we're already out of the house. I bet BJ's knows our name, because we ordered three days in a row last week. We ordered Pazookies. They probably know who we are. Hi, Chelsea. How are you? Honestly, they probably did think that. I've never gotten the same Dasher twice, though, so that's probably a good thing. At least not that I've recognized. Why do you need to be across the water? Okay, the water's not as long, so maybe it's okay. Taco Bell probably knows us, too. We had Taco Bell last night. I almost got that new tahine slushy thing that they have. But I was kind of scared. They know your order. I get something different every time, so... I think the only place that I get the same thing at is probably McDonald's. I get a cheeseburger Happy Meal and a 4-piece nugget with ranch. Sometimes I get a McChicken if I'm feeling fancy, but we don't have spicy McChicken, so I gotta be really in the mood for a McChicken. No, it was only back for one day. At least where I am. And I had it, and it wasn't great. It was all tortilla. I'm addicted to McDonald's. I know that's probably not good. I'm so addicted to McDonald's. I could eat it every day. They're probably like, oh, it's these people again every time we order. We actually do pick that up though, because why would you get that on DoorDash? It'd probably be nasty. I'm ready for the pumpkin pie from McDonald's. I love their pumpkin pie and the holiday pie. Speaking of pumpkin, the pumpkin spice is back. Looked on the Taco Bell app. Do you have a quesarito? What the heck? I think they're doing like some locations. They're like testing it, but like just bring it back. That's all I ate when I was a vegetarian. Black bean quesaritos. $6.99 is insane. You work at Dunkin'? What the heck? Let me get a... Do you guys still have those boba refreshers? I don't think so. You have matcha? And a strawberry donut. Strawberry frosted. I don't know what they're called. I used to eat Dunkin' all the time when I lived in Chicago. Their hash browns are so good. They taste like hot dogs. I don't know. Maybe they don't to other people, but they do to me. Let me go... Dang it, I'm looking at my map with hide discovered stuff on, and I'm trying to go to shrines that I don't have. Strawberry frosted with sprinkles, that's the best. I don't know. I've been addicted to matcha. Lavender matcha from Starbucks, but apparently it's seasonal. And Rye said that it's spring seasonal, so I guess I've been getting old lavender stuff, so... The coffee roll? I don't know what that is. I like I think they have apple fritters. Those are good. Going down here. If they keep going to that cluster of red that's on the map. Like a cinnamon roll. You know, McDonald's needs to bring back that, like, pull-apart cinnamon roll thing that they used to have. I miss that. Oh, and I tried McDonald's, their new, like, caramel apple pie frappe. I don't remember what it's called. It's disgusting. It tastes like a candle. You and Rye are both getting Chick-fil-A. What the heck? I want Chick-fil-A. Where's this at the school? I need to make dinner tonight because we've been eating too much fast food. We have Salisbury steak, and I've been too lazy to make it because it takes like an hour. An hour of me throwing it into the oven. And I'm lazy. I don't know. I like cooking, but sometimes I'm just like over it. Sometimes I just don't want to cook dinner. Where am I going? Okay, I thought it was like close to the castle. I was like, I don't want to go over here. I'm not ready for that yet. I haven't beaten this game. I've just been exploring. My mom got a pixie cut. I don't know about that. I think she had one when I was a little baby kid. I think she had one when I was born. That's crazy. Oh, I found them. There's also a shrine over here somewhere. Though I'm not seeing it, so... Not it doesn't look good. We were gonna go down there in September, but... I don't know. We were gonna bring wedding invitations, but honestly, we haven't planned anything. We went to a wedding this past weekend, and people kept asking us, like, are we getting any ideas for our wedding? I'm like, I don't know. I don't want, like, a traditional wedding like they had. I want to. Maybe, he said maybe in the winter. Because he gets like 2 weeks off in the winter. So, maybe like Christmas time. I'm thinking like olive green. I think that's the color I'm going with. Who's this guy? Wow, our meeting here must be fate. You know, I really like your look. So much that I'm officially offering you a place in the fan club I founded. You'll be our second member. Is this a Yiga clan member? Oh, you want to know who it's for? Here's a hint. He's got a smile like a sunbeam and the most charming potbelly. Who else could it be but Yiga clan's own Master Koga? And the membership fee is so reasonable. It's only your life. Stylish person. Hey. Come here. Oh, wow, he got me. That's crazy. Her. That was a girl. Trust, you'll be getting an invitation. Wait, I should probably take this? I don't need it, never mind. Hello? Girl, I don't need- Why does your friend have to be so far away? I don't even know where I'm going. You'll be getting a special invitation. Where is your friend? I have to ask him again. I don't know where he is. I have to climb him up the mountain, I think. Can I please talk to you? Stop rolling around. Bruh. Hold on. I think I have to stand him up. He just doesn't like me. Oh, I didn't need to do that. Please stop. Oh. I don't know. We were gonna get married in March, but I want an outdoor wedding, so I think it has to be in the summertime. Where is your friend? I need to talk to you. Please. What am I supposed to do with this information? Have fun getting Chick-fil-A. Get the pimento cheese sandwich. That's all I know that's good from there. Oh, I also tried the Red Bull drink from McDonald's. That one's really good. But apparently people that work at Sonic are pissed because I think Sonic had to get rid of Red Bull so that McDonald's could have it or something. I like Sonic. But we don't have one close to us. I think the closest one is like an hour away. Y'all got me wanting Chick-fil-A now. But I know Griffin won't want it. Griffin doesn't like Chick-fil-A. Where the heck am I? Wait, there was like a cave down here. I want to go in there. Where was it? Ooh, I found another Korok. Hello. I don't know. Traveling Koroks are cool, but I like finding the other ones. But I have 20% of the traveling Koroks and only 9% of the hidden ones. Hi. There's one in the water above me. I assume it's this rock. Oh, that one's cute. I like the ones with the orange faces. My favorite color is orange. I've been liking the color blue a lot lately, too. What is the point of this cave? I don't know what to do with that. I could go up this mountain. Hi, Crispy. How are you? Full of Time Ruins. Where's this Korok at? Monster Hunter. I think I have a Monster Hunter game. Or my fiance does on our Steam family thing. Where's this Korok? I'm like... Is that it? What is that? I'm Korok hunting. I still haven't beaten this game. What is that? Is that the Korok? Okay. I'm Korok hunting, and if I see one, shrine hunting. But they're all like hidden from me, so it's hard to find them. Wait, that wasn't the Korok? What? There's still a Korok in here. Confusion. Oh, I got a voice memory for some reason. Even though I've
There are
already been in
several
here.
ancient texts and works of literature that speak of the Temple of Time by name, but all of them describe a structure that differs in design from the one we see today. Hyrule's history is long, and this discrepancy is one of the unsolved mysteries of our land.
And my app broke. Okay. Zelda broke my app. Monster Hunter. I open Steam and move it. We have Monster Hunter World. Is that one any good? Where's my thing? I don't know where I am. Oh, it's right here. Hello, Korok. Maybe it's on top of the building. On the chest. Nostalgic fabric. I like my horse paraglider. I don't know if I want to change it. Why can't I ascend? You haven't beat this game? Oh. I'm thinking maybe next week I actually go to try to beat it, but I feel like I'm not prepared. Oh, does it just... Oh, it's raining, that's why. It stopped raining. I don't know where this Korok is. I don't think it's all the way up here. Oh wait, it is. Well girl, how am I supposed to get that? That's how. That's a crazy Korok spot. Look at my paraglider. I love it. other... Oh. I thought I had other fabrics. I have a daily bonus? Let's see what I get. A tough meal. Activate the effect in game by using the daily bonus item. Did I eat it? What? Oh, I get the defense, I think, from it. That's cool. I think I actually discovered that in the app, like, last week, but I didn't have the game open. So I never actually used it. I'm trying to go in a straight line because there's a Korok somewhere. Who is shooting at me? God. What a whiz robe. I'm like right on top of it, so it must be under me. That did nothing. Hey guys. Oh my god, they're all coming for me. Am I gonna survive this? Oh my god, they're protecting him! That's kind of cute. Oh my god, they're gonna throw stuff at me. I like this music. Please don't throw pebbles at me. My Master Sword has run out of energy. I don't know why I did that. That didn't kill you, really? This guy's tough. This music is so good. Oh, I found a Korok. Oh, they're trapping me in this one. Why? I can't use him? I didn't use him. I need a better weapon. Just doing nothing? Why do my weapons not do anything? Why does she keep running away from me? No, I don't really need her. I want this. Getting so many new things. Let me get this Korok. Are those apples on the ground? I have 31 seeds right now. I'm going this way. Favorite temple? Probably the lightning temple. Because it reminded me of the earth temple in Wind Waker. So that was the hardest boss, I think, in this game. I think my favorite boss is the Zora one. What's his name? Malduga or something? I don't know. Oh, this is one of those things. Where does it want this? Hold on, I know how I want it to look. Never mind, no I don't. I got it. Have you done all the temples? Which one's your favorite? I think getting to the Rito one is really fun. I guess there's something I like about all of them. Except maybe the Goron. I want more stamina. Is this the Korok? Wait, do I have to do both of them? Yay! Oh, he's got a heart face. That's so cute. Where is he? Oh. I don't know where I'm going. There's probably somewhere closer I can get. No, there's not. Okay. Can I make it up this mountain? Link. How would he do that? Whatever, let's just pray. He is not making that. Oh, okay, I shouldn't have jumped. That's beautiful. Let me go up this part. I thought I had at least 2 jumps with that. have to get all the way up there. I don't know if that's possible. The heck am I? Gotta stop jumping. I'm trying to cheat this. I totally stand here. Maybe not. I can. Link. Link! Link! Why would he do that? Link! He deserved that. That was the last time it saved, really? He genuinely deserved that. I got all the way up there. I was almost to the top. Guess I could make that car, but I don't want to. I want to be stubborn. This part looks a lot safer. Like, I could probably make him run. Just a little bit. My ads are about to start. I'm not even gonna feed him either. If he wants his hearts back, he can find a shrine. Come on, Link, make it. Thank you. Oh, he didn't make it. Okay, beautiful. Now he's stuck. I guess I have to feed him. Oh wait, that won't help. Wait, I have this. I've cut a little bit. Oh! Okay. It recovered everything. Okay, I'm gonna take a break. I'll be right back. I'm back. I was checking my TikTok. It has 99 likes. I can't post it on YouTube Shorts though. I think it's too long. It's got copyrighted music in it, and it doesn't. YouTube Shorts doesn't let you like post things that aren't vertical format. I mean, it lets you, but it crops it. I'm stuck. Stop crouching. Why do they have snowballs? Oh, that's beautiful. I just want to run away. Please, I'm gonna die. I just got here, please. I have to get to like the middle of this area for the Korok. Are they still chasing me? Oh, I got a voice memory.
Father's grave. I heard that stacking these rocks was the best that could be done for him. Well, they could not have picked a better place. That he will rest here, forever looking out over Hyrule. Mother, father, though the land is still littered with ruins, I promise you that I will restore it. Please, watch over me as I do.
That's her father's grave? Where's the Korok? It's this rock. Why is there a Korok on the king's grave? I'm so sorry. How did he get up here? I'm gonna try to find the shrine. I passed it. Where is it? I'm probably above it right now. Is it in the water? There's a cave right here. What a like. Hello. Oh, please don't do that to me. Dang it. Why are you shooting it at the wall? Ice-like stone. I don't want to get rid of my traveler's bow. Well, there is stuff back here. River of the Dead Waterfall Cave. Not another like. Oh, wow. It ate Sidon. Rest in peace. Come back. Get him out. He goes right back to it. Show me your thing. I don't want the wooden shield. Why would it even offer me that? We found a shrine. Please don't climb it. Fire and water. Okay, Avatar. Question mark? Don't know if that's what that wanted. That's beautiful. I knew that was gonna happen. Link! I want this thing back. Oh, I was probably supposed to put those on this so it wouldn't electrocute me. Can I climb this thing? That almost crushed me. Can I ascend into this? Can. I actually don't think I knew that. Can't take that out here. Did I not get it? That's kind of silly. Run and then jump. Okay, well, maybe it would help. I think he just died, I'm not gonna lie. Oh. The run and jump button aren't very close for me. Okay. Well, now I don't think I can make that, so he might just die. Okay, well. Do I at least still have my shield that I got? Is this still gonna electrocute me? No. Okay. That's true. Could do that. I always forget recall exists. They literally said that in TikTok comments last night. Are you not going to give me the box? I don't get the shrine. Well, I have another box. Like, please. Oh my god. Gotta make sure I do it enough times so I don't panic. Why would I do that? Oh. Now it's gonna burn. Great. It wasn't quick enough. I don't get the shrine. Do I need that box? That's ice. Oh, I also have this. Hello. Put it all the way in. Okay. Now I have 3 boxes. How do I unlock the door? And what do I need the ice for? I have a little block of ice. Bruh. I don't know. How do I get the ice? I'm gonna use the other boxes and try to block it. But that didn't work for the other one. What is this? Oh, what do I need it for? Why do I have so many boxes? What do I need to electrocute? I thought that was a door that I needed to unlock. Okay. I shouldn't put that in there. Can I put this in there? There's a metal ball in here. That's too much work. Maybe I have to do it though. Oh, that's nice. Yay! Okay. There's a Korok in the water. I'm gonna try to get that. Yay, I don't have to waste my food. I was hoping to find a shrine so I wouldn't have to eat food, because I don't have that much. I don't even know where the guy is that I need to give that to. I have 5 of them. Oh, okay. Link, go. Link, please. Didn't know that was gonna happen. Where is this Korok? Now, how am I supposed to get that? So they want me to jump on those posts? I've got 13 of them. I don't care about losing one. Now I need it to get over here. I'll take that. Who's hiding their stuff over here? traveling Korok down here. He better not be on the other side of the water, and he's- where else would he be? He's on the other side of the water. Um... Hmm. What can I make? An idea. Probably not gonna work, because nothing I ever build works. The water's moving, so... Wow, it actually worked. I'm surprised. Not the sirens. There's a Korok and a cave entrance. Almost right next to each other. Did not mean to do that. Where is this Korok? I think it's above me. I don't know what Link wants from me. Bruh. Blood moo.
When the glow of the blood-stained moon
It's so
shines
bright.
upon the land, the aimless spirits of slain monsters return to flesh. The world is threatened once again.
No, I wanted to pick this up. Oh my god, I just want the things to pick up. Please, I just want to pick things up. We found the cave. Feel kind of bad for shooting him. Got a voice memory.
It was here, in the Shrine of Resurrection, that ancient Sheikah technology preserved Link's life. I was able to clearly sense when he woke from his 100-year slumber. And I am so happy that my voice could reach him.
Uh-oh. Hehehe, the noble swordsman scrounging for scraps. You fell for the oldest trick in the book. You stumbled into our secret storehouse for treasures from the depths, and now that you've seen it, I can't let you live. Your life ends today. Can you stop? Hi, is it Val? Welcome in. How are you? Thank you for driving away the intruders. Those interlopers carried me here with them from the depths. I have no way of returning to where I was stationed there. I will therefore continue my work here. My task in the depths was to manage schema stones. A great deal of zonite was mined and processed there once. Please hold one moment. I have confirmed that there is a schema stone you do not yet have. Allow me to rectify that. Thank you. I am curious about one other thing. Do you know what auto build will do if you have insufficient parts? You will not be able to manufacture an object if any of its component parts are missing, but zonite can help with this. You can supplement missing parts by using zonite to mimic their form and properties. Keep in mind that they are temporary parts created by the auto build ability. You cannot use them for other purposes. They will vanish when you disassemble the creation. Okay. Thank you. Is this something I can, like, light on fire? I don't think the Korok's in here. It's in a tree. This one? Oh, I hear it. Come here. Yeah, haha. What do I have pinned? I think I already went there. I don't know. It's not in this tree. Another voice memory.
Hopper Pond used to be filled with hot-footed frogs. So the monsters have driven them away? In any case, this is the place I finally managed to catch one. I was incredibly excited, and I tried to show Link, but he kept flinching and backing away from me.
Relatable. There's a cat at my feet. In here. Oh, it's right here. Yeah, haha. I have 10% hidden Koroks now. And I'm at 29% progress of the whole game. Crosby! Go away! He just wants to eat my garbage. He doesn't like me. There is so much to do in this game. There's stuff that I haven't even started yet. Like, I bet I could climb a tree while it's raining. Oh, annoying. What? What do I do with this? This is a new one. I'm spamming! That wasn't it? Okay. What? I've never seen this before. I want my choo-choo jelly. Please connect. We'll do it the other way. That did not connect correctly, but okay. I'm confused. Please don't fall. Oh, Link fell. Link. I feel like it has to do with this log. What if he's not in this? I don't know what else this would be. It has to be that. I can't connect that. I'm so confused. I don't know. What the heck? Why do they keep surprising me with new things? Do I pull this out? I don't think that's possible. Do I shoot it? I don't know. Interesting. I'm gonna go to the other one. I'm gonna come back to that. I'm going the wrong way. Gonna assume this one's in this big tree right here. Why? It's being covered by that piece of the tree. That's not fair. Link, you can stand there. What did I tell you? Can it please stop raining? I see it. I see the pinwheel. Is there anything taller that I can jump onto? Don't think so. Rivali, I need you. I tried. I miss Rivali. Oh my god, I don't even have a... I thought that would be a lot harder. Haha. now I'm gonna go back to the other one. And honestly, I'm gonna Google it. I think I do have to pull it out. It smells like someone's grilling hamburgers, and now I'm getting hungry. Oh. Okay. It just pulled itself out, even though I've literally done that before. Okay. Whatever. How did that not kill them? Give me the food. I need to go cook stuff. His guts just flew up into the air. Where did it go? Did it break? Okay. That's kind of embarrassing. If I died and my guts flew up into the air, I'd be so embarrassed. What is that? I don't like that. Oh, please don't hit me. I was doing something. Oh, he's gonna get me. Okay. Come here. I think I'm facing the right direction to this next Korok. I see it. What? They're just dropping new Korok puzzles on me. There's a shrine somewhere over here. There's also a Korok. I don't know where either of those things are. Got the Korok. So the shrine is like in the red stuff. Is it in here? It can't be down there. Wait, that's not even where it is. Is there like a spot for the shrine that I'm not seeing? Am I stupid? It says it's right here. Nothing. My beautiful guardian. That gives me nothing but arrows. Can I only use one amiibo a day, or can I use as many as I want once per day? Okay. I don't know. It says there's a shrine right there, and I'm very confused. Is there like a cave around here? There is a cave, but it seems pretty far for the shrine to be right there. Bruh. Wasting all of my bombs. Does this work? It does. Hey. What happened? Why did you hit me from up there? rock wall. Horriblin. There's no bombs in here that I know. Can I? Oh, I must have shot that somehow. Can I not break this any further? I found the shrine. Alignment of the circles. What does that mean? Why'd they put so many stairs in here? What? Oh, I just know I'm gonna have to Google this one. Must be. Is it telling me if that's right or wrong? It's green. Is there a thing up here? No. I don't think it being green means anything. Confusion. I'll just pick it up. I'm confused. I'm gonna Google it. Because I'm never gonna figure this out. Oh, there's something on the ceiling. Oh, that's nice. Well. There's one here. One here, I think. I had this side right, I think, at least. I can't really tell which things those are above, to be honest. Where's the chest in here? Is there not one? Why is this room so big? Oh, there's a chest in here. Okay, my ads are running. I'm gonna take a break and I will be right back. I'm back. Crosby has been fed. Why does my app break every time I leave it? Actually, I don't know if I'll go and beat the game next week. I really feel like I'm not prepared. I have 4 light things, though. Could get another heart. For stamina. I didn't mean to do that. Oh. Why would it let me ascend there? Bruh. Am I far enough away from it? Yes. Okay. Why would it let me ascend to my death? I guess it was my fault for pressing A without looking. So I feel like I wouldn't have put 2 and 2 together either way. That one made me nervous because Tulin did not want to push me forwards. This way. Gonna go around the water. I see it. Could probably swim to that. I don't know. I don't wanna. Why are you running away from me? Come here! Tulin! Oh, that didn't work the way I thought it would. Tulin is so annoying unless you're actually in the air flying. I don't see a rock. There are rocks over there. I found it. I think I passed 2 Koroks walking over here. Why would I do that? That sounded like something got struck by lightning, but it is not. It's not raining outside. I think it was raining this morning. I think there was thunder. Who's surprised? It's literally rained here all summer. I have not been able to do anything I wanted to do this summer. Can you please pick this up? Oh my god. After this Korok, I think I'm gonna go to Rito and do a couple things there. Like pray, buy arrows, cook. Oh, that one's cute. Still haven't made a dent in these Koroks. They're still covering my map. That's crazy. I have 11% hidden and 21% traveling. Still at 29% overall. Hi Ricky, how are you? I'm gonna get a stamina vessel because I've gotten so many hearts. I haven't gotten stamina in so long. Like, probably 2 weeks. No. I think I got the Master Sword last week. That was the last time I had stamina. Last Tuesday? I don't know. Okay. I'm gonna go up. Here. Buy all of these. Nope. No, I don't want oil. I am good. I'm having fun Korok hunting today. And finding some shrines. I think I found like 2 or 3. I got a bunch of raw meat earlier. Honestly, I just make stuff. I don't even know. I don't know. I should have done 2 herbs. Oopsies. Why do I have oil? Now, okay. I can only decrease by 1 for some reason. Can you not make dubious food in this game? Because I used to make that all the time in Breath of the Wild. I was not a good chef. What happened? What happened? I'm sorry to hear that. Do I need to beat him up? Who's eating tomatoes, peppers, and mushrooms? Okay, I'll come beat him up. Why do I have so many tomatoes? Sneaky tomatoes. I'm gonna have so much food now. Why is this not giving me stealth up? Maybe I was using too many tomatoes? I'll throw in a banana. And throw in some oil. I don't want to use all of my apples because I need them for other stuff. That's probably enough. Now I have a lot of food. I have a lot of elixirs too. I don't know how that happened. Pretty sure I made them, but I don't know where I got the stuff to make all of that. That cave. Where was it again? Oh, hello.
Hi.
Hey, if it isn't the guy who worked with Tulin to save the village. Everyone in the village is happy to stretch their wings again without them icing over, so thanks for that. And the end of the blizzard has improved visibility too. It's much easier now to find caves where we can gather food. I saw one just the other day, in fact, while I was flying around, but I forgot exactly where it was. It had a rock wreathed in green light inside of it, just like the one beneath the general store. Just where did I see that cave anyway? I found it while I was looking for that white bird. What? Oh, I've already found it. Okay, good. Or did I not? I don't know. It didn't say completed. Oh, it did. Okay. Bruh. am gonna beat him up. That's crazy. Wait, do I have to do side quests to 100% this game? That's crazy. I mean, I'm already doing side quests, I guess. Korok hunting is probably a side quest. You're the one who up to and save the village. Now the blizzards died down, we're stockpiling all the food and materials we used to have in abundance. The others are all working together to bring supplies to the village. I'm managing the whole process from here. Speaking of which, Huck was supposed to bring me some food, but I haven't seen him. He told me he'd collect food from Snowfield Stable. I hope nothing happened to him. I have... Do I have those? Oh. I didn't know I had those. What'd you get from Chick-fil-A? Bro, I think I just had bright caps and I just took them all. Oh, that sucks. I'm gonna have to come back and do that at some point. Oh, wait. Never mind. Huh? You did what? Why? Which ex? The one you just broke up with? I'm confused. Your good ex out. The one that we met last time we were down there? Oh. Oh. I don't think I met him. I'll pick these up. Where is this Korok? Oh, there's Addison over there. I don't know where this Korok is. I don't know where this Korok is. Addison, why are you here? I can't help you. There's nothing over here. I have Diet Coke. Well, he better treat you right this time or I'll beat him up too. How am I supposed to help you, Addison? There's nothing over here. He just wants me to pull wood from my butt, or... like crazy? I don't see anything. Oh, wow. I don't know how to help him. Wait, I got this. I'm just gonna cut down a bunch of trees, because maybe that's what it wants me to do here. Maybe I have to use the trees. Make a wall out of these. This must be what I have to do. There's literally nothing here. Is that right? My wrist hurts. I wanted that. I think I have an axe that I just got. I don't know if this will work, but I carry this. I'm afraid it'll disappear. That's not working. Just need like at least 2 more pieces. I think this is enough. As long as the sign doesn't fall to a different angle. I think this is too heavy. I can't really control it. Oh, there we go. Is that the Korok over there? It just has to fall that way, and then we'll be okay.
Ah!
Mind. Well, it would help if my creation didn't fall either. Just don't fall. Addison, move, you're in the way. Please! Hey, what if I do it like this? That's... You know what? Let's try it.
Ah.
Oh. Well, sorry. Okay, I think I need more wood. I don't know if I have a sword. Oh, I guess this will work. What's that? I don't want a tree branch. These are very different sizes. I didn't even know that was possible. I don't know if the sign's gonna fit there. Do I have to trap us in a box for this to work? It's falling in ways that I've never seen before. Okay. I don't think this is gonna work. What about this one? No. Can I use you? No. Any rocks? I think we have to figure it out with this. I don't think I can get any more wood.
Ah. Hmm?
Okay.
Hmm.
How much do I have of him? I have 14% of him done. And that's, like, unbelievable. I've done so many. How is he hiding in so many places? Thank you.
Oh.
And stretches. I think that's the Korok over there. My thing fell. I was playing Final Fantasy yesterday, and Cloud, the main character, got a crazy hand massage. What is this? I don't think that's a Korok. Never mind. My voice is breaking. Oh, I see it. Dang. I've definitely cleared a circle in this area of the Koroks. There's one up here somewhere. My head's starting to hurt too. That's beautiful. I missed. Sidon, get out of my way. I was trying to hit him. He didn't want to give me anything. I assume the Korok's on top of this point. I would be correct. You're gonna lay down? I feel like I need to lay down too. I will. The shrine out here. Love you too. Oh, I found it. Why is there a hole right there? What is this? Am I on the moon? Okay. I'm gonna try to do the shrine quest. I think those holes are caves. Now, how am I gonna get... Is it in here? Yes. How am I gonna get this out? And there's lights in here. Move. So quick to kill things with the Master Sword. Thing's still fighting us? Oh. Where did his head go? How am I gonna get this out? The rocket. Good. I need you to stand up straight, please. This might work. No. Wait. I'm gonna try to recall it and then shoot it, maybe? Oh, okay. Well. That didn't work. Are you gonna come over here? Okay. I thought that was gonna go up, but... Hopefully I can reach this. Give me. Stop moving. Why did I move so much? Dang it. I have another idea. I'm gonna make this into a long stick. Where'd the other chest go? Oh. It's a little crooked. I broke it. Okay. Let it sit here for a second. Then put it down. Then recall. Then ascend. And this. How can I not grab that? I got it. So smart. Yay. Are these always blessings? I think they are. I'm at 30% completion progress and 54% shrines. I'm gonna go into the other cave. Because that... You have to go in the caves for 100%. I don't think you have to do anything in them. I don't know. Some of them have check marks by them, so I don't know. I'm not sure. Maybe you do have to do something specific. I passed it. Hey guys. Is this what gives me the check? It is, okay. It gave me a check on both of them. I don't think there's anything else in here. Oh, I could have gotten in here from that part, okay. See the arrows for this Korok. The tree? Yaha. I have 50 Korok seeds in my inventory right now. Maybe... Let's go here. I still have one shrine in the Hyrule Forest that I haven't found. I kept going into the fog. Bow stash 25. Oh, that just took everything I had. I have 8 left. Can I do shield? Now I have 3. I can't do anything. Can you tell I don't use shields? In the course of stuff? What? Follow the lights in the forest. If you do, you'll come across different Koroks who could use your help. Why did you go in the air? He disappeared. I think they told me not to pick those flowers. I don't see any more of those lights, though. Why are there so many monsters in here? I don't see any more lights. Did I take a wrong turn? Oh my god. Why are you here? Why are there so many monsters here today? I don't wanna... I've already defeated him? Oh. I was following the flowers. I'll see if I can find the shrine. I can activate... Oh, my app broke. I'm gonna use voice guidance. Proceed south. It lied to me. It told me to proceed south. But I can't go south. Ow. I can't. It doesn't want me to proceed south. Okay, this isn't helping me. Why is the voice guidance lying to me? I cannot type. It wants me to go here. It says if I have enough stamina, I can glide all the way to it. But if not, then I can go through the sky. There's no way you can glide all the way over here. I think it's like right here. Oh, I could just go here. I don't think I can go this way. Oh wait, I see it. Maybe I can. Please let me go here. Okay, I got it. Oh, it's a blessing. Interesting. I can't believe voice guidance would lead me astray. Hello? Oh. It wasn't showing me all the stuff I had. Anything over here? There's no Koroks that you can, like, find in here. Which I guess makes sense. I like how you can see the castle. No, I mean, there's probably side quests in here. Let me see. Yeah, there's a side quest. There's two. And they're on top of each other. I can't see the one behind it, but one of them is Walton's treasure hunt. Right. Loom is he in the tree? And snooze those. I don't think he's down there. Maybe he's not in here. I'm like on top of him though. Can I go up? Oh, this is cute. Ah, I've been spotted. I wonder how you got in here. Well, guess what? We're in the Great Deku Tree's mouth. Guess what else? I'm putting together a secret room here. Right now, I'm fixing up the decor, but I need more pretty things. I need 4 blue nightshades that glow gently at night and 2 really vivid bright bloom seeds. For the bright bloom seeds, I'm looking for something bigger than what you can find in the general shop. That's all I need to finish my super secret room. Do I not have that? 4 blue nightshades and 2 bright bloom seeds. I have those. I have to wait with him. Okay. Cute. Oh, it showed me. Look, look, so pretty. Thank you, thank you. Take this. Ooh. Ooh, that might beat out the horse paraglider. I was thinking I'd lay this on the floor like a rug, but you can have it. Can I not get out of his mouth? Someone in here? Did I do it? Did I hide things well enough? Oh, Misty Hero, is that you? You see, I wanted to play with everyone by making them hunt for treasure, so I hid stuff around the Great Deku Tree. But I want to make sure I hid things well enough, so I need someone to test it out. I don't want to ruin it for the Koroks, see? I'll test it. Yay, since it's for the other Koroks, you're the only one who can help with this, so thanks. The first 2 hidden treasures are a forest dweller's sword and a forest dweller's spear. I hid them higher than the great Deku Tree's face. If you find them, bring them to me. Found this one. Don't see anything over there. Oh, I just broke their stuff, okay. Higher than his face. Oh, it's up there. But I don't have room. The look on your face can mean just one thing. You found them, haven't you? Ah, you found both. So, how was it? Was it hard? It was. It was hard, huh? Thank you, Mr. Hero. This is useful info. Oh yeah, you can keep what you found as a gift. Okie dokie, there's more than just one simple round to this treasure hunt. That's right, it's time for round 2. Next, find me a forest dweller's shield. It's still hidden on the great Deku Tree, but this time it's below his face. It's not hidden on the ground or in his navel. I wonder if you'll find it. It's below his face. But not on the ground. Where's his face at? Where is it? I don't see it. I'm just running in a circle. Below his face. I don't see it. So it doesn't have to be directly in front of his face. But it is below his face, so I think I went too high. I don't see it. Not on the ground. What the heck? I feel like I've been all over the places that it should be. Well, link fell. Okay. I don't know. Link. I can't find it. Good evening. Isn't nighttime nice here in the Korok Forest? I'm so happy I made it back. I think I might just lounge around the forest a while. Gio told me that a monster was in the Great Deku Tree's tummy, making trouble. Everything seems okay now, but maybe I should double check around him to make sure nothing bad's lurking anymore. Oh, I don't... What? I don't know. I can't find this. I'm gonna find this next week. Because my head's hurting and my ads want to run and I don't want them to run because I planned on ending around this time today. And I want to play a game on my own time, so I'm not going to raid out tonight, but I will see you guys on Monday, probably with this again, and then I'll find that shield or whatever I'm looking for. Another reminder that I will be picking the Cupid Shuffle games next Thursday, first thing, so make sure you get your submissions in, and that will be happening on the 29th, next Saturday.